And it says we're live. It's Wednesday night, not Thursday night, a special Wednesday night edition of GotBot Goes live tonight. I, of course, am here. You, of course, are there and beautiful. That must mean it's time for GotBot Goes live. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, a.k.a. GotBot. As always, man, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe while you're at it. Light them up, baby. You know what I'm going to do. You know what I'm going to do. Ooh, did it nicely tonight. Hit the notification bell. It helps me out a ton. Let you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, the Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that's in the description down below. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, and in the description down below, you will also be able to find the donate link. You will be able to check us out on Patreon, see what we offer to you through Teespring. And recently I've been showing a few things from the merch store. Or, of course, you can hit the join button right here on YouTube to become a channel member, baby. Tomorrow is Starscream Wife's birthday. We actually have birthday plans, so happy birthday to her. Obviously, I have things I got to do. Today has been absolutely nuts. What a bonkers day this has been for being busy. But you know what, man? The show is important. You're important, and that's why I'm here. We have a lot of interesting things to talk about and react to tonight. The roundtable discussion. We're going to talk about Cang toys and their latest offerings, as well as DNA Design in a rather kind of peculiar, almost confusing offering for me. We're going to talk about what the apparent first legacy offering is going to be. The first thing that looks like it's going to be released well ahead of everything else. Maybe. It kind of came my way thanks to our buddy Event Progenitor. We're going to possibly touch on my top maybe 5 picks for the holidays. You know, we're past Halloween. I know in the US you guys are now headed toward like Thanksgiving and stuff. You're probably just starting to think about, okay, so the holidays are going to come up in a couple of months, and you know, maybe I should start thinking about getting gifts. Maybe I should start thinking about the things that I want to ask others for. What are kind of my top 5 Transformers picks? Not in any order. They're not my top 10, worst 10 or anything like that, but just my top kind of 5 picks that really stand out to me is, you know what? If you don't have them, get them, ask for them, buy them for yourself as a gift. Or if you know another fan who doesn't have it, these ones I think are solid locks to get. Obviously, mine would be different from other people's because it depends on what I've experienced, but we're going to talk about that as well. There's a lot here. We're going to do an unboxing, kind of, and I'll explain how this item came in my possession, and we're going to take a look at just an early mishmash of my idea for Onyx Prime. If you were around last Friday, I looked at Tricranius and that whole pack, and I said, I feel like with these fossilizers, there's an Onyx Prime in there somewhere. I'm just going to show you something that I've mashed up. Now, it's a hodgepodge, but you want to talk about customization. For the record, the thing I'm going to show you is, though it might not look like it here, it's actually quite large. Like, it's larger than a big Voyager. Like, it's larger than Scourge. It's larger than Cyclonus. So it's actually quite tall, quite big. So I'm going to just get things set up because we have a lot to unpack. We're going to have a fun time here tonight. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Starscream Wife is here, but I think she's actually taking down Halloween decorations that we had up because soon I'm actually going to have to start little by little with the Christmas decorations. Normally I wait and I kind of do it all the first weekend of December. And I go like, blah, blah, blah. But this year is just so incredibly bonkers busy. And November is always a nuts month for us anyway, that I'm going to have to do it little bit at a time. Like, you guys know that I started a new job this year. Report cards, man, they're right around the corner for me, like in the next couple of weeks. So if you notice me being a little more sparse, I'm going to do my best to have stuff like filmed in advance, whatnot. But if you notice me being a little more sparse or whatever, that's why, because I'm entering a super duper busy period. So just bear with me, man. Just bear with me. Like I said, I'm going to get things set up here and we're going to get going. I think this is going to be a fun one tonight. Last week was a lot of like me being a little disappointed, I suppose, with a lot of the reactions to things. That's not going to be the case this week. I know a lot of people are going to ask me tomorrow, hey, what about the show? Even though I promoted the heck out of this thing. By all means, if you know someone who is usually here, like, let them know, man, that we're doing it this week. on Wednesday. We're doing it this week on Wednesday. Let them know, man. We also have, like I said, some interesting news to cover that, a month from now, people will be like, I didn't even know. And I'll be like, yeah, I talked about that on GotBot Goes Live. I feel like it's going to be one of those sort of things. We're going to do a little bit of speculation along the way as well about things to come. All right, so where do I want to begin here? I guess I'm going to begin by checking in with you guys. Ultra Marcus, hello, sir. I am so glad that you're here with us. Tracer, happy you're here, buddy. Big M, happy you're here. Drive safe, buddy. Burgundy Ghost, man, it's been a while since you've been in here, I feel like. Hey, Timmy. Lee, happy you're here, buddy. It's going good, man. It's going good, busy, but good. Like, I'd rather have too much to do than not enough. I've always said that. People, when I'm really busy, they're like, oh, you must be unhappy. I'm like, no, man. I am blessed to be able to be busy because you know what? I've been unemployed. It ain't a big pile of fun. Just saying. I will pass on the happy birthdays to her as well. Who knows? She may even come in and check in at some point. We'll see. Wait now. Hold on here slightly. Let's see. Yeah, it's a good day. Jay, happy to see you here, buddy. As always, Blue Raccoon. Yeah, hello, governor. Yeah. How very what? I feel like when I hear that, it's Ultra Marcus Mike Tierney to shreds for this. I want to say it's a Cockney accent that I hear when I hear like hello, governor. Like I feel like that's the accent I hear. I think that's what it's called. I could be wrong. I don't know things. I'm not that smart. Hey Brian, happy to see you here, buddy. As we go down here a little bit. Thinking about getting Planet X Cadmus, but not sure if I need an IDW Star Saber yet. It's an expensive Star Saber, but it's also a really excellent offering. It's a well done Star Saber. So is it perfect? No, it's not. But if you can live with I'll say the minor gripes, and I say minor because from what I've heard and what I've seen, everything seems good. Now, it seems like the smaller Saber figure has a couple of articulation limits issues, and I feel like there should be more ratchet joints on the guy. I don't know if the friction will hold up over time. Hopefully they will. We'll see. But I am impressed with it. I've been impressed with it from day one. If I was in the market for that kind of Star Saber, I would probably go for it. It's not really a countdown for Christmas Vector, but I'm just looking at it and saying, we're into November. A lot of people start thinking about what they're going to be buying people or what they're going to be asking for. Like the rumblings kind of start now for a lot, not everybody. Some people wait right till the 23rd of December, but a lot of people kind of think about it. So I just want to throw out kind of my 2 cents on ones that I'm like, man, if you don't have them, like start now trying to hunt them down, Working a lot on Thursdays lately. Well, buddy, you know what? Then I'm glad I'm here on a Wednesday for you. I know it's not a usual day, but I'm glad I'm here for you. Blue Raccoon's counting down. Neighbors across the street got Christmas lights up. It's funny. One of my buddies, Cyril, who has helped out the channel and helped us look at a lot of things, he already has his up now. Here, a lot of people put them up early. I tend to put it up just after our Remembrance Day. Our Remembrance Day is like, I don't know, like your Veterans Day, I guess. Like it's a time to honor those who have served, right? That's what our Remembrance Day is. And that's the 11th. Usually that weekend, the 11th of November weekend, that's usually when I get our outside stuff up. Now, the only reason I do it then, and we do not turn it on then, the only reason we do it then, and the only reason Cyril got it done, is because we get snow. And if you're going to be outside doing stuff and putting things up, it's just nicer to do it when it's not freezing cold and full of snow. So a lot of people do it, and put it up a little bit early so that they can avoid having to do it when the weather's bad. Yep, I hear hello, governor, in a Cockney London accent too. Perfect. I was right. I hoped that I was. Hasbro has been sending available products pretty fast, or is it just I don't know. Just you? I don't find they do anything fast. Waiting to see who they come up with for Victory Leo, since that was rumored. I think a lot of it depends. I'm assuming Runish you're talking about for Cadmus. Yeah, I feel like that we should have that by now. I mean, I'm not saying we're not going to get it. I just feel like it's been a while, right? I made a top 8 Christmas birthday list. Yeah, right. It's time to start thinking now. I got in the Beast Wars Ravage 2-pack. Very happy. I saw that today. I saw the 2-pack today at EB Games here. I couldn't do it. It's a leader price. I don't see it. I'm sorry. I don't see it. It's a deluxe and a little cassette. The cassette's here. To be fair, a deluxe here comes in at now $35 plus tax, so about $40, and which is ridiculous in and of itself. But $40. And the little cassettes, when like the 2-packs were reissued of that, they were sold for $12. So I'm gonna give Ravage a value of $6. That's $46. I'm not sure where they're getting $72.99 from. I don't see it. And I if you can pick it up there, it's not even shipping. Like, I don't understand where another like $30+ is coming in for a really mediocre, at least to me, mold. You guys know I don't like. If you do and you're happy with it, like Ultra Megatronics, if you're happy with it, bro, you win. I'm happy for you. I have the Trans Art. I'm good. If you have the Ravage 2-pack and you're happy with it, then you're good, and I'm happy for you. Coincidentally enough, the Ravage was next to a Shadow Panther. Can't bring myself to buy that either. I don't like it. Can't bring myself to do it. So I feel like that says a lot about where they're headed. When I see product, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not interested. If they were $19.99, would I be? Yeah, sure. I'd drop $20 on it. Taxes in $23, $24. Yeah, I'd do that. But I'm not just dropping $40 on something I really kind of don't like. So there you go. Lost sales right there. 2 lost sales. Probably doing my Christmas stuff on Thanksgiving because of work. A lot of people do it on Thanksgiving. I get that, man. Maximal 10. Happy to see you here. Say anything about Christmas more, and I will make sure you get nothing but coal. I'm just saying, man. It's the only holiday I like. Let's see as we go down here a little bit. Hey, Chauncey. And I'm definitely going to miss some stuff, but guys, bear with me a bit, right? Check Macy's, everybody. Okay, I hear that that's where like Toys R Us is being tested in the US or whatever. Just picked up Cyberverse Deluxe Soundwave. Interesting. I think he's a good Soundwave, honestly. Honestly, Bosco, I think it's pretty good. Pulse, I don't know why you have questions by that Burgundy Ghost. I missed something there, buddy. Back then, some people won't get coal. Yeah. Hey, Paul. Happy to see you, buddy. I will pass along your well wishes to the wife. Let's see. I wonder when the Velocitron Walmart will be announced. Looking for. Yeah, I don't know. That was mentioned, and we haven't heard much about it since. I think that's going to end up just like showing up. Wish Starscream wife very happy birthday. Well, I will, Brian. Ordered a Na from Macy's. Yeah, listen, man, Na's great. He is great. I like that boy. I'm not going to lie. I already got some choice stuff for him, but I can get more. Anybody who knows Maximal 10 and has been around for the Christmas unboxings knows that it's usually terrible. It's usually something awesome in there, but it's often terrible. That's where Sad Nexus Prime came from. Just saying. I went to Macy's and they had a ton of Transformers. Well, that's good. A little hollow, but otherwise pretty good. 14 US. Yeah, 14 US isn't bad. Hey, Q. Glad you're. I'm always glad when you're here, buddy. Okay, so let's jump into the news. We're going to try and get through the easy stuff first. I mentioned this last week. Actually, I looked it up while we were live last week, and it is the X-Transbots Ultra Magnus. Man, oh man. If you are an MP guy, that thing is beautiful. It's really stellar. It's hyper animation accurate. The molding is kind of flat, so some people might not like that. I am a super animation guy, so to me, this is the best Magnus for looks going. The guy comes with a molded interior, like he has seats and a steering wheel and stuff. Like, come on. He comes with the only human version of himself. I don't know if that's articulated. It looks to be one piece, but it might be articulated. He comes with, I think, like 4 faces, and he's going to stand 27 centimeters. Yes, this is too big for me. It does not fit in my collection. My upgraded Combiner Wars one is still my Magnus. But if you're an MP guy, and honestly, the MP Magnus is terrific. Still to this day, that's a great Magnus. But I'm not going to pretend that I don't like the X Transbots one more. I personally do. I love the look of it in both modes, and I love all the features. I was actually impressed. If the transformation is any good, another thing to be impressed about. If it's bad, well, that takes away. The articulation looks impressive. I don't know, like there's a lot up in the air, but going on looks and what's been shown, looks really, really good. What else do we have? There was an interview with the Raiden team. And really, unless you're kind of deep into trains and Japanese trains, especially, I don't think it was that interesting of a read. I read through it and I was like, I don't know anything about all these trains and I don't care. I don't need them hyper accurate. But I'm not a big train guy. If you are, maybe the MPG Raiden is the one for you because it seems like they tried as much as they could to be as genuine as they could to the like real life trains. Now there were some alterations like with the windows and stuff, but generally they tried to get as close as they could, and I respect that. Unable to find not Big Lots. Hey Lance, thanks, buddy. I'll hand it along to her. What else do we have in the news? Future Toys showed off their Transmetal 2 Black Arachnia. Now this is kind of like just a test shot for sure. Looks like it's made out of resin or it's just white plastic. The molded in detail is nice. I can't wait to see it painted. It is very impressive looking. Apparently, it too will be like MP scaled. That has 4 faces. It has toy and show accurate weaponry. So, again, really impressive. I've never heard of Future Toys. This is either going to make them or break them. I guess time will tell. But you know what? I saw the spider, and when I was thinking about the robot, I thought there's probably going to be a lot of kibble and junk. It's surprisingly not. It looks surprisingly clean. So I have hope. I really do. What else do we have? Transformers Kingdom Blaster was announced. I know we're going to react to the roundtable a bit later, but I'll talk about Blaster now. Everybody sent this to me. I had like 8 people that sent me Blaster. I was like, yeah, okay, cool. Now, to be fair, I got my FOC Blaster for $3. Shipped, no less. $3. I customized it. I love that blaster. I don't feel a need to replace it. Will I? Possibly. We'll see when I see this blaster. I think it's going to be a spur of the moment thing. I'm not against it by any stretch of the imagination. I think it looks pretty good. It reminds me a lot of a custom I saw by someone. Who was that person? Oh, right. Me. It reminds me a lot of the custom I did. And there's another custom that was done even better that had 3D printed parts and all this stuff. I mean, we knew that in that Soundwave there was a blaster. Is this the same mold as Soundwave or just a remold? I don't think so. I feel like there's some unique engineering and whatnot here. I think that's pretty cool, honestly. I don't like the vent things on his shoulders and they're like recessed. That I don't like. I feel like what we saw in package and the pictures looked better than what Mark, I don't know what his name is, that guy showed on like webcam. The red looked, I don't know, too bright, too thin. I don't know what it was. But there was something about the red that I was like, that's not the color shade of red that I expected. I feel like the boombox mode is a bit small, but you know what? I'm sure when you put it next to the Soundwave, yeah, I'd say they're pretty comparable. It's probably the way to go. Am I going to get it? I don't know. Should you get it? Probably. Here's what I do like about it, though. Man, I'm so happy that I get to say that I'm happy about a business decision Hasbro's making. There will be no pre-orders for this. It is going straight to shelves at the very beginning of the year on the 1st of January. Probably second in a lot of places where the stores aren't open on the 1st. But it's going out the very beginning of 2022. It's going to be the kind of touch off for Kingdom. It's going on shelves. People shouldn't have to scramble for this. It should be abundant. It should go out. Please let this be the start of a new era where things are just out and on shelves for fans to go and drool over and buy. Man, you can call it old school all you like, but brick and mortar coming out of the era of the last year and a half that we've been in, brick and mortar even more than online, brick and mortar needs the support of people. Really, really do. And I, for one, am happy to see it. We're going to go back to the roundtable in just a little bit. There was a lot there, though, to kind of unpack. What else do we have? Studio series Bumblebee Wheeljack was shown. I'm pretty sure it's stolen copy. Kind of disgusted by that, but looks great. Honestly, it's not the Cybertronian Wheeljack that like a lot of people hoped that they could use it as. It's definitely somewhat stylized. It reminds me a lot of the Cliff Jumper mold. Looks good. I mean, I'm a Wheeljack guy. Both modes look tremendous. Really, really tremendous. I think that the like Bumblebee-ified G1 offerings that'll come out, like the Soundwave and the RC and whatnot, I think they're going to be really popular. I think that they're going to fly off the shelves pretty quickly because I think that they are enough of an homage to G1 that some G1 fans will say, I like that stylized look a little bit more, or I like that aesthetic a little bit more. And I think a lot of the movie fans are going to go for it because, man, you're filling in a lot of critical characters with a look that is like, man, this is what this character should have always looked like. Q was great. Sadly, he was taken out. But when we think of Wheeljack, even if it's going to be a movie version, we tend to think of something like the Bumblebee movie Wheeljack. So I totally think that that's a win. TFCon LA will be in March. For those not in the know, TFCon Baltimore was just in October. TFCon Toronto is in December. And now TFCon LA is in March. So the TFCon crowd are going around everywhere and having a billion cons. What else do we have here? Premium finished Bumblebee and Optimus Prime images were shown. If you want the Siege Optimus or the Studio Series 18B with new paint, I mean, I've talked about it before. I don't like the Studio Series 18B. However, apparently there's some remolding on the, I don't know what's called, Perfect Finish. And the remolding evidently is on some of the tabs so that the car mode actually tabs together better. Is that true? Does it make a difference? I don't know. But it's interesting to me that they realized, oh, there were some molding issues here and that the tabs weren't good. We should redo them. It looks like the tabs are in clear plastic. So, you know, buyer beware, transform with caution. I've never had an issue with the clear plastic stuff, but I know a lot of folks have. What else do we have here in the news for quick bites? Cang Toys showed off their Predaking all combined. It's impressive. If you didn't tell me it was Predaking, I'd never in a billion years know it. I saw it and I thought, man, I'm so glad I didn't go in on this because it's not, though it's glorious and it's beautiful and it's impressive and the sculpting and detail and the molding is amazing. And I totally understand why somebody would have it as their Predaking. I get it. I get why you'd have it as your Predaking. I totally do. That being said, it's not the Predaking for me. It's far too stylized for my taste. And they also showed sketches of their Volcanicus. Again, if you didn't tell me that that was the Dinobots and that they were going to combine two Volcanicus, I never in a billion years would have guessed it. I may have said like, those pictures, they're gray and gold and red. They look like they turn into dinosaurs. Are they Dinobots? And like, that would be my take on it. Like, I saw Grimlock and I'm like, that's not clearly Grimlock. I saw Sludge and I was like, that's not clearly Sludge. I saw another one that I was like, I don't even know who that is. Is that one of these made up characters? It's not for me. If you like the stylized stuff, I get it. I think Cang Toys or Chung Toys makes a really well-made product. From everything I've heard, seen, that seems to be the feedback that they're well done. They're too off center for me. They're too far out in left field for me. It's impressive that they exist, but I think that they will appeal to a very specific collector. I wonder how many people were in for the Predaking, and now that they've seen the final kind of combined form, even if it's got grayscale, I wonder if a lot of people are like, oh yeah, no man, I'm still 100% in for this because it's wonderful. Or are they thinking, maybe I'll sell what I got because I don't think this is the Predaking for me. I'd be very interested to know about that. What else do we have here? Jerry Hauser, speaking of TFCon Toronto, Jerry Hauser will be there. Most people will know him as the voice of a Sweep and Sandstorm from G1. So if you like Sandstorm, your boy's going to be at TFCon Toronto. DNA Design did a kit that I kind of don't understand it. It has a lot of things for Dinobot. Specifically, it has blasters. It has like this stone axe. It has like bullet belts that he'd wear across over his shoulders. It comes with a golden disc. The star of the set is definitely the new dinosaur mode hands, 100%. But I'm like, okay, cool. I guess all that's cool. And I get it. But then there's stuff there for Scorponok. And I looked at the Scorponok and they were trying to like show stuff. And I'm like, I don't understand what's added to Scorponok. Is it something to do with the little bee thing? I don't understand what's added to Scorponok. And Black Arachnia seems to have like a visor that's like silver with like an orange visor or green visor. And like, is it a cord? Is it supposed to be a web? I don't understand what it is for Black Arachnia. I think that this might be the weakest set DNA Design has ever done because it doesn't make sense. But I think it's going to be one of the most popular because people are going to buy the whole set. If for nothing else, they'll want those Dinobot hands. That's my guess. Ultimate Cyberverse Volcanicus is out. Looks like trash. And the B tab remolding. Okay, so I'm going to check in with you guys. Then we're going to talk about some tidbits and notes from the roundtable discussion that happened. But I'm going to check in with you guys first because it's been a little while, man, since I looked back at what you guys were saying. Let's go up here just a bit. How far back do I have to go? Thank you, Maxwell 10. I will hand it along to her, buddy. I think we're back around here. I was going to order two $10 delivery unless they're getting something else to squash the shipping. Not worth it. Blue Raccoon. New G1 knockout would be Jazz repaint. What? I don't know what you're talking about, Blue Raccoon, but cool, I guess. I haven't heard anything about the knockout, let alone that it would be a Jazz repaint. I'm just going to check there now, see if I missed something. I got a couple of sources here that I checked for the news. I'm just going to double check and see if I see anything there. But I got a funny feeling I'm not going to see anything there. I'll leave that there for a minute, and I'll check with you guys. Yeah, I don't see anything there. I'm looking at the news. I don't see anything there. I don't know what you're talking about, Blue Raccoon. I didn't see no Jazz repaint for knockout. As we go down here, I forgot you were streaming. Yeah, I know. I'm sure a lot of people have forgotten, and I'm sure I'm going to get a ton of messages tomorrow. People saying, "Where's the show? Where's the show?" They should have been paying attention. I put out a short. When I put out yesterday's review, I said that it was going to be today. I promoted it around. I can only do so much. Hey, Warren. Let's see. Hope Blaster is on color with Netflix. Anyway, I have no doubt Burgundy Ghost it will be. Blaster looks good. Looking forward to his minion more. Actually, so am I. I really do want the eject. And you know what? I'm going to say this. I think as far as a cassette minion goes, it blows the Siege ones out of the water just because this dude got elbows. I'm in for it. And I don't know why he has the clear plastic. Apparently, he's like energon up or some nonsense like that. I don't care about that. I'm happy to have it eject. So I might get it just for that, if nothing else. And let's see, going down here. Option to ship to store. Yeah, the clear plastic thing doesn't bother me in the least. I've never had any issues with it, so that's a non-issue to me. I don't know why people are always liking it. It got to be a climatic thing. Like, it got to be like where you live because it doesn't affect. I've never had it affect anything for me, really. That said, they said that about the Core Soundwave being only in stores, and stores like BBTS had it for order anyway. I never heard it for Core Soundwave. I haven't heard it for anything else ever except Blaster. So I never heard that. Well, here, well said about the retail. Yeah, I mean, the retail needs the help, man. Cybertron Wheeljack, a lot like Cybertron Override, if you say so. I don't. I guess kind of like Cybertron Override. I don't really see it, to be honest with you. Yeah, now that I think vaguely, I would never make that comparison, Blue. I don't. I would never guess it, but if you do, cool. But I've never. Yeah, it's not something I would have put together. But I kind of see where you're coming from. Course Soundwave in the wild at all. I've yet to see Course Soundwave in the wild at all. I saw 8 today lined up, along with a bunch of Dracodon at EB Games. Hey, Triple R. Triple R, I don't think you were here last week, man. You weren't here last week, and that's when I opened Tricranius. Like, I opened the thing from you, man. By the way, I said in that live stream that I was going to have Triple R's link in the description, and I absolutely forgot to do it. So I'm going to put it in that one from last week. And just because I'm mentioning it again here now, and I apologize, I'm going to put it in today's as well. So I'm going to put it in 2 places. And if you don't know Triple R, you should go and obviously check them out, man. I'm really enjoying Big Firebird's Magic, Hershin series. I have no idea what you're talking about, because how adorable they look. Easily the Ultra Magnus look like you might as well be saying oogla boogla to me. I don't know what you're talking about, Caldeo. I assume, Big Firebird, they've done that RC, that messed up RC, right? What else do we have here? Manhattan Guy, Chang Toys MP Predaking is wow, but I go for Legend, and for Chang Toys Volcanicus, I wait for combine mode to see them. That's fair. It's not for me. It's too stylized for me, but I understand if you like the look of it and you go for it. Like, it's one of those things, like, I'm not against it. I just know it's not for me. If it's for you, man, I totally get it, because they do look impressive and well done. Black Arachnia did use a visor connected to tarantulas in one episode. Maybe. I don't remember that. Like, I don't remember that thing in that one episode. I never remember that stuff because it's inconsequential. Don't matter. I'm not that guy, right? I'm not that guy. Hey, Ken, you work away, buddy. You work away. Hey, BS Prime, you haven't been here in ages, man. It's been a while. Of course, we haven't been on Wednesday nights in ages. And this is a special where tomorrow is Starscream Wife's birthday, for anybody in here and did not know. I heard about Knockout 2 that he will be using the jazz mold. I heard, like, fans guessing it and saying he'll probably use the jazz mold, but I have no. This is one of those things, like, don't call it a rumor until we see it. I have zero official information other than a few fans saying, like, I bet he'll be a jazz remold. I see it. I understand it. You might even be right. If that's the case, I'm 100% out. That's not the knockout I want. And honestly, thus far, what they're doing with Prime, I think, is atrocious. I think the RC is bad. I would never know it's RC. I think the Bulkhead is one of the worst looking Transformers that there's ever been. They should be embarrassed to put that out. Whoever designed that should go and hide in a hole. Sadly, I don't have high hopes for Knockout at this point. I really don't. I hope I'm wrong. I hope he's great. But I really am skeptical, and that scares me, man. New Age Magnus and MS Hot Rod on the way. Cool. Enjoy when they get there, man. Blaster is looking good. I'm really interested in. A lot of people are interested in Blaster. Our buddy Cyril has been asking for a Blaster for like 4 years since Siege started. Well, maybe 3 years. Well, clear plastic becomes brittle over time. No, it doesn't. That's not true, Caldeo. That's a lie. Maybe it gets brittle where you are. No, it doesn't. That's just simply not true. I don't know why people say that when it's not true. And I say it's not true because I have at least 3 G1 items up on my shelf that are now 40 years old. And guess what? They're fine. Some of them got clear plastic, and it's fine. I have a number of things here now that are 5, 6, 10, 12 years old. Clear plastic, it's fine. I have clear plastic that I've used paint thinner on, that I've used rubbing alcohol on. I wipe it off. I clean it off. It's fine. I don't understand why people say it. It's simply not true in my experience, and I can't support it because I don't understand. It got to be climate. It has to be climate. That's the only thing I can see. Core class sound waves. But for you to say it becomes brittle is not true. You could say it may become brittle. You could say it becomes brittle where I live. But to say it becomes brittle is not true. Saying that, hot rod's not a Voyager, that's true. That was just me. That was just me making a cheap shot. I'm out. I'm out for knockout as well. If it's 86 jazz mold, yeah. I got jazz. That's all I wanted. That mold is too delicate. Are you talking about the pink prime RC? What? No. What they were thinking? What were they? No, the pink prime RC was an exclusive, and they just painted like G1 colors. I'm talking about the legacy RC. I don't. It's not even that I detest it. I don't. But I don't think it's RC. I would never recognize that as RC in a million years. Great Blaster comes with eject. I agree. Never understood why the G1 didn't come with a cassette pack. Agreed. I agree with you. Okay, so let's get into the round table that happened. Few interesting things. First things first, the combiners will not be Scramble City style. It will be the combiner first. They said think like Titan Devastator, where each piece is a specific piece. I don't like that. I mean, granted, I'm not ever planning on having my combiners be anything but the configuration that they should be in. But I like knowing I have the option if I want to. That doesn't really do it for me a whole lot, honestly. What else do we have? Legacy look apparently similar to War for Cybertron in terms of style. I guess it looks like it has a lot less. It looks like it has a lot less molded in detail to me. I guess it fits in. I suppose. I'll have to see. I suppose. I guess I'll have to see. No combiner box sets planned. I think that would help them. I don't want to go. Here's the thing. Through Combiner Wars, right up to the more recent Selects offerings where you had to order stuff and try and piece it out and put it together. Like, honestly, I'm combiner out. I'm not interested in having to hunt down all these different parts from different waves again. Not interested. Just not my thing, man. Just not my thing. Hate Transformers talk. If you want good Prime RC Pink and Prime Soundwave, go for APC. There you go. You heard from Gabriel. Hey Ed, Hot Rod does become brittle at the yellow parts. I used a regular Gundam orange marker and the yellow parts crumbled. I had to buy another Hot Rod. Oh my God, you bought another one? Oh my goodness. Oh, I wouldn't buy another one. Go do yourself a favor. Get the Titans Return one. It's infinitely better. Of course, we're going to get trivia tonight. We're not there yet because we're not through the news, but yeah, man, we're getting trivia tonight. Of course we are. Missed part of the conversation, so thought it was about that. No. Just got Studios for Day6 slag for what, 25 Walmart? That's excellent, man. I love slag. A lot of people complained about having to tab his tail in between the knees. I don't care. I love the guy. A lot of people too complain about breaking stuff on his shoulder. I don't get how you break it. I know people have. I don't understand it. I got Combiner Wars, Motormaster, and never the other Stunticons, right? Like, I don't like this having to hunt stuff down. And I'm pretty much done with pre-ordering. I don't like it. And a lot of times it gets canceled. For example, in the news, it just came out on Amazon.ca, Coneheads Horror Flashback. I saw a conversation on Cybertron.ca which is like a sister site of TFW apparently, where a bunch of people are saying, yeah, my pterosaur canceled. My pterosaur's canceled. My pterosaur order is canceled. My pterosaur pre-order is canceled. 3 people said that theirs is delayed. My Coneheads were delayed for 52 weeks and then canceled. There was a shipping boat, whatever, that went down off the coast, I want to say, of BC, British Columbia, if I'm not mistaken. What do you want to bet? A bunch of pterosaurs weren't in that, just like the Coneheads. I'm done with the pre-ordering stuff. It doesn't work. It doesn't mean you're actually going to get it. It just means you got it in. You might get it if they get enough. I don't like that. That's not the way I do business. What else do we have? 86 is going to go on as a studio series. And then they mentioned Bludgeon and Thunderwing. I find that interesting. Like, I don't see Bludgeon and Thunderwing really fitting in studio series. I don't see Bludgeon and Thunderwing fitting in 86. They weren't in the movie. So I'm not sure where they would fit in, but I'm interested to see where that goes. What else do we have here? It was kind of said, like, if you want leaks, look at the legacy poster, because somebody asked, are we going to get other characters? I think it might have been Bacon asked, are we going to get other characters that are kind of like in the legacy poster? And their response was breadcrumbs with smiles. So yeah, we're going to get other characters that are in the legacy poster. So if you want some hints as to what's likely to come, look at that. What else do we have? Combiner Wars may not work with the legacy line, then I'm out. If you had the backwards compatibility, I might pick up a new Motormaster. But as it is, if it's not going to be compatible, I'm out. Like, to me, that kills it right there. Let's see. Selects will diversify, whatever that means. I don't know what that means. Somebody asked about weaponizers continuing, and they said, what's next is nuts. I don't know what that means. It seems like there's a lot of clear energon plastic this time. I don't know. We'll see. They do like the idea of custom builds, is all they're going to say. So we'll see what's nuts. Let's see. Will more Japanese characters be seen? And their reaction was like, we're aware of these characters with smiles. So yeah, I guess they're going to do more Japanese characters, but like, everybody's under the misconception that like Star Saber is the first Japanese character. No, he's not. Overlord was put out. Lio Kaiser was put out. Who else was a Japanese? A ton of the Micromasters that were put out are Japanese characters. I don't know who else was a Japanese character that they put out. I don't even know right now, but I know like they put a bunch out. Arguably, all the Headmasters were Japanese characters. Arguably, Grand Max is a Japanese character. So, like, I don't know why they're saying Star Saber is the first Japanese character. It's not, but okay, whatever. Is Armada going to be in Legacy? They said, look, we're at the an anniversary or something for Armada. It would be crazy to not have Armada in Legacy. So take that for what you will. Same question was sort of asked for RID, especially with the 20-year anniversary now. And again, they alluded that we're probably going to see some RID stuff, or at least they said everything's on the table. So they're exploring it. Will we see it? Who knows? But everything's on the table. That was a little non-committal. They did say that Titans are going to continue on. They don't know where the rumor started that they were ending. I don't know who's buying all these Titans or who has the space for all these Titans. I'm getting pretty tightened out myself for both price and for just interest in that size for the characters that they're offering. Let's see. Beasts are still going to continue on. There was a question about if Legacy is part of a trilogy. That wasn't answered. So Beast Wars looks like it's going to continue on. We don't know if this is a trilogy. That wasn't answered, which I found very interesting. Let's see. They said for Transformers Prime, what's the style going to be like? They said the style will be more like the Bulkhead, maybe not that far removed from the source material, but that aesthetic is going to kind of continue on based on fan feedback. This fan is telling you the Bulkhead is garbage. You should be ashamed that you did it. The RC looks nothing like RC. I think you're failing miserably with Prime, and I think it's an insult to Prime fans. That's what I'm saying with that. You can take that for what you want. Legacy theme was long planned out, starting back with Warden, apparently. And the idea of like Prowl becoming Barricade, so using like a G1 character mold idea to become a new character. And a question was asked about how long does it kind of take from concept to shelf? I think Bacon asked that. And the answer was 2 years, basically. So if that's the case, then it looks like stuff for Legacy has been in the works since about 2019-ish. Take that again for what it's worth. Some interesting notes there about where Legacy could go and what could be in it. I feel like this is a line that's testing a lot of water, throwing a lot of things at the wall to see what sticks. Will fans pick up the G1 couple of offerings? Are they going to pick up the Beast Wars offerings? Are they going to pick up the Prime offerings? Are they going to pick up the Armada offerings? Maybe the RID? And I think whatever follows will funnel more into one of those franchises to go into the next era. But I don't think they know which franchise to go next. I think the G1 well is largely drying up, at least for now. So what do we do now? They tried Beasts and Kingdom, and I think it's been spotty at best. I've enjoyed it, but I know not everybody has. So in Legacy now, what do we do? What do we throw at the wall and see sticks? That's just my take. Take it for what it's worth. Also, 3-0 showed off their Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime. That thing looks beautiful. One piece of information left. What do you think is going to be the first likely Legacy offering? Here's a hint. It's a store exclusive to Target. I'm going to go back and read what you guys have. That's not the trivia, by the way, but I'm going to read what you guys have. I've been saying while I went through all of that. And then I'll give you that last bit of news. We'll do trivia, the unboxing, get out of here. As we go down here. The Takara Legends version of Hot Rod on the way. There you go, buddy. There you go. Yeah, that's the way to do it. And I think that's a much better Hot Rod. I think you're going to be infinitely happier. They cancel Amazon.ca canceled Pterosaur. I needed a drink. Luckily, my pre-order is with Amazon.com. Interested in Ocular Max Defensor and G2 Bruticus. I would never be interested in anything G2. G2, I don't like those colors. They're too gaudy for me. I think that the Ocular Max Defensor looks fantastic. I have the Combiner Wars Defensor. So no, I'm not in for any more combiners. I have all the combiners. They're all the same scale, except for the Devastator. He was a Titan. I buy it because of how big he is. I'm not in for any more combiners. I'm done with combiners. If you want them, I understand. The G2 Bruticus is color, very colorful rainbow, and it's similar size with Combiner Wars Devastator. Yeah, it is. You're right. It's not for me. I have my Combiner Wars Bruticus, and I colored him I made him look animation accurate because I didn't want to buy the Japanese one. I think that if you're in, this is one of those cases, Gabriel, where if you're in for the Ocular Max lads, I totally get it because I think they look really good. I think that the Defensor particularly is something really special. It's not for me. I don't need a Defensor. I have one. But if you're in for it, I 100% support you. I 100% endorse it. I think it looks tremendous. And I think Ocular Max does nice work, honestly. Anthony's Tigertron was canceled at Amazon. Last I heard, mine is still alive. Is that orangey Tigertron, Ken? What do I think of the details released about the Legacy Menosaur, about the trailer of Motor Master becoming the skeleton of him? I don't care. That's where we're to with that. I don't care. I'm not in for the Menosaur. I'm not interested. I'm not getting it. It would have to be exactly in scale with Combiner Wars. And I've heard that it's not. I've heard it's in scale with Titan Devastator. I'm out. There's nothing about it that appeals to me. I pre-ordered Galvatron back in April. Now in Conehead's hell. Oh, that sucks, man. No longer doing business with VS. I assume you mean CA. So I feel everyone's pain. I think Legacy is trying to copy Magic Square. Magic Squares think so? Maybe. They might be trying to copy Magic Squares. I guess folks in the BC coast should head down to the beach, right, for some pterosaur hunting. I'm willing to bet. I mean, I don't know for sure, but I'm willing to bet. It's awfully funny that went down and now it's canceled. I feel like they learned from the Coneheads. Coneheads went down in that other ship, and then they strung along, thought they were going to get more. Hasbro didn't even know there was a problem. So I think now Amazon's saying, okay, so Hasbro's probably not even aware that we're not getting our shipment. And I just think that that's it. which says a lot about Hasbro. You're not aware that a shipment like of that size not only vanished, but didn't the company come back to you and say, yeah, we want a refund because we never got a product? Like, there's a lot of shady stuff there about that as far as I'm concerned. A lot of shady business about that. The price of the Legacy Minotaur is almost third-party pricing. Yes, it is. Kind of disappointing if the main line can't do something new and exciting versus copying third-party lines. I think that they're out of ideas. More weaponizers and modulators, please. Yes, I would be in for more weaponizers, honestly. I really dig them. Let's see. Fans Project did Minosaur in that style way back in 2012. They did. Their Fans Project Minosaur is quite nice, actually. Rumor of Studio Series Dark of the Moon game, Breakaway, Power Glide, and Warpath. I didn't know that there was a Dark of the Moon game. I have not. I like when people say rumors with nothing to support it. Where are you getting this from, Gabriel? Where's your news source, buddy? I haven't heard any of that. I want your news source. I'm not getting any of it. I don't know the game. I didn't even know that those characters were done in a movie style. I don't care. Let's just call it wraps until proven otherwise. Black Rorichi. I don't know why I said Black Rorichi. I like Black Rorichi. Not when the Legacy Deluxes are 2025 each, bud. That's not third-party pricing. Yeah, actually, it kind of is. Here they're not 2025. Here they're 35 plus tax. So that's almost 40. Yeah, that's getting up around third-party pricing. So I totally disagree with you there, Transformers Talk Raw. 2025 for a deluxe in the U.S. is vomit-worthy. They should be $17.99 in the U.S. If you're paying more than that, honestly, $18.99 in the U.S. I'll even accept. If you're paying more than that, you're getting scammed. And I'm quite comfortable saying that. Do I think the Studio Series 86 will continue outside of the animated movie verse? No, because that's what 86 is. If it goes beyond that, it makes no sense. Why are you calling it 86? Why are you calling it Studio Series? Just call it G1, right? No, I don't think it's gonna go to that. I don't think so. Ultra Megatronus. It's not what 86 is. 86 is the 86 movie. Season 3 was in 87, right? So I don't get that. Yeah, I mean, he's not the first Japanese. I don't know why people kept saying that, man. He's not. Yeah, those looks are like 40 Canadian. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous, honestly. Yeah, in the States, actually, right now, you're saying 2025. No, let's be specific. In the States, they recently jumped to $23.99 in some places. Although, that being said, our buddy Jay says that he still pays $18.99. So I don't think they know what they're doing with the prices in the U.S. But I tell you this, $20 or $25 U.S. for a deluxe is far, far, far too much. Far too much. Far too much. It should be maybe 2025 Canadian. In the U.S., like I said, $18.99 at most. I'm thinking $17.99 in the U.S. Anything more than that is too much. Yeah, like a Commander being $125. I'm sorry, like they're great, but they're not worth that. I have not paid that for any Commander, by the way. I saw a guy say he's waiting for an 86 Megatron. I don't see that happening. No, I don't see it happening either. I think that's a nice hope, but I don't see it happening. Hey, input. Okay, so $22.99 for deluxe still. I have heard $23.99. So somewhere has $23.99. I don't know where. I mean, there's 50 states, right? So I don't know where. And then right here, like Ed is saying, right now it's $22.99, and Walmart here it's $19.99 at this time. Like, it's all over the map in the States. It's really interesting to watch the pricing down there, because I've heard so many prices now. It doesn't seem like it's uniform across the different states. Very, very, very peculiar. Very interesting, but very, very peculiar. Let's do the trivia, guys. Oh, the last piece of news. Nobody, by the way, jumped on that. Interesting. Apparently, it is going to be for Legacy. Evidently, they are in U.S. ports. So, word is they're in U.S. ports. Word is Target exclusive, Legacy Silver Streak. Specifically Silver Streak. I don't know why that would be a Target exclusive. I don't know if it's a use of the Earthrise Blue Streak. If it's a new mold, I don't know anything about it, but apparently Legacy Silver Streak is in ports in the US. It's a Target exclusive, slated to come out before the rest of Legacy. I do not know any more than that. I can't even tell you for sure if that's true. What I would say is it is a rumor that has come from two sources that have proven to be correct in the past. But right now I would take it with a heavy grain of salt. Heavy grain of salt, but that's the rumor that has kind of come along my ears. Probably California, yeah, it's weird. Hey, Ninja Bill, it's not uniform across the states. That's really strange. Yeah, and like Triple R would definitely know. Like, don't you like drive across different states and stuff, man? Like, you'd probably know, right? We can still get the old prices in a few places. So strange, man. So strange. So yeah, Silver Streak apparently. Watch it be the blue and silver version of the Datsun Brothers mold. Now, I thought that too, to be honest with you, Triple R. We saw that blue and silver version of that Earthrise mold and kind of never heard anything about it after, except for a stolen copy that got reviewed. I think that that's going to end up being Legacy Silver Streak. I could, maybe not. It could be selects, but I'm kind of with Triple R. I'm kind of thinking, man, that could be the case. New Age Devastator is 24 centimeters. Very similar with Unite Warriors, Computron, 30 centimeters. Yeah, well, no, he's not the size of a Combiner Wars. He's definitely smaller than Combiner Wars, but that Devastator is done well, Gabriel. But no, it's not even close. The 24 centimeters and 30 centimeters is a pretty significant difference. But the New Age one is interesting for what it is, with a lot of parts forming. What do we have here? Except my friend's mom doesn't like my race mainly. Okay, that's weird. Proto Man has stated that it's the blue streak that is a Target exclusive. I don't know who Proto Man is, but okay. I used to, but not so much anymore. Oh, okay. Well, blue streak is silver and gray. Yeah, it's weird. Okay, so trivia. Let's do trivia and then the unboxing, and then let's get out of here because we've been here a while now. So trivia this week is by yours truly. I like this one. In the Golden Lagoon episode, who is the first Transformer to fully immerse themselves in Electrum? So the first one to be completely coated. Is it A, Beachcomber? Is it B, Thrust? Is it C, Skywarp? Or is it D, Soundwave? Is it Beachcomber, Thrust, Skywarp, or Soundwave? Oh, a Starscream wife came in. Starscream wife, you're after getting so many happy birthdays. Input says F. Warren says B. The happy birthdays are coming in for Starscream wife. Oh, he's the Slag Podcast guy. Yeah. I didn't know his name. I think it might be like, I don't know if he knows, honestly. He and I share a lot of similar sources. I don't know if he knows any more than I do, to be perfectly honest with you. I tend to concur. I think it's going to be that blue streak, but I wouldn't say for sure because I don't have a confirmation. I'd be surprised if he had a confirmation. He might. Retailers are the ones who set the prices. Hasbro just has a suggested one. Oh, Nate, stop it. Stop it, Nate. Stop it right now. Stop it. You know as well as I do that MSRP is what retailers 99.999% of the time go with. Stop saying that. Thrust, A, B, Beachcomber, B. She's taking down Halloween decorations. I was first with the right answer on my screen. It is, of course, Thrust. And, of course, she's saying thank you, everybody. Okay, let's get into the unboxings, unpackagings, unthingings. So, first things first. Couple of things in from the old merch store that they're not for me, they're for somebody else. But Ninja Bill will probably recognize this one a little bit. It is a Man, I dig it shirt. He does not have the shirt. He has one of the mugs. Not mugs. He has one of the cups. So that's a Man, I dig it shirt in very vibrant green. I thought of that during like summer months. Then the difference is that some stores choose to ignore MSRP. Not many stores. You're right. Some do, but not many stores. I would not use that as a defense of price variation. I really wouldn't, especially when the same stores in different states charge different prices, right? The same chain. So I would venture to say to you that a lot of that variation depends on the market in the area. We have another green one. This is the it's not good. I came up with this after a lot of people noticed that I was going through a series of reviews where I was saying things were just not good. And they said, that needs to be a shirt. It became a shirt. It's not good. And the last kind of item along that line is from the very first line that we launched. I believe Input has a mug from this, if I'm not mistaken. And it goes very much in line with me kind of have my old man rants and like yelling at people and stuff. It is the GotBot unapologetic shirt. I am absolutely unapologetic. It is what it is. It is. I call them a theme. I say the truth. I don't use BS to justify stuff. If it's crap, it's crap. And I don't let other people use BS to justify stuff. In our fandom, you get so many people making every excuse in the book for a corporate company, and I don't get why. They're not. I promise you, they're not loyal to you. I can guarantee you, they're not loyal to you, man. Just throwing it out there. They'll release both versions, Blue Streak and Silver Streak. They will. I agree. Maximum Money. I agree. I like teen toys. I like tea and I like toys. And you know what? That's a great combo. As we go down here a little bit. Hey, DFS, everything. Blue Streaker Buzz. If you don't like the New Age Devastator size, what about Magic Square? I'm not a Legends guy, Gabriel. I have my combiners. The size is fine if you're into Legends. Whether you go Magic Square or New Age. I don't have the space. I don't have the interest. I have my combiners. The Combiner Wars is my combiners. If it doesn't scale with that, if it's not that, I don't need it. I have the Titan Devastator. I have one Devastator. Why do I need 3 more Devastators? I don't. If you do, cool. I think New Age is made well if you're cool with parts forming. I think Magic Square is made well, and I think that might even have some parts forming. I think both are really good. Really good. Neither are for me. I have zero interest in them. I don't have that money to waste. If you want them, go for it. I support you. I think that either one you'd be happy with. If somebody ever lends me one or something, I'll gladly review it. But it's not something I'm going to be getting. I dig it. I dig the shirt. All of these things that I've been showing the last few weeks. I mean, they're all you hit the Teespring link. I mean, all of these chains and more are there. Yeah, you have the mug. That's what I thought, buddy. Target is typically MSRP. Walmart is usually lower because Walmart always has to have the lowest price, right? I was just explaining why it's all over the place in the U.S. I feel like it was a defense, Nate. I feel like it was a defense. Okay, so let's get into the more interesting things. First things first, you may have noticed it in the screen. I do have a sweep. And I said last week, I'm not buying the sweeps. I have 3 Scourges. I'm not buying sweeps. I'm leaving it for other people. And I am leaving it for other people. After the show, our buddy Cyril, who I talked about earlier, and man, I'm telling you, his Nerdvana is going to be our True Review 1000. It will be a treat. His Nerdvana is a treat to behold. Not just Transformers. It is a treat to behold. Episode True Review 1000 is going to be his Nerdvana. It is a sight to behold. He contacted me, and he had 2 sweeps. And he said, hey, would you be interested in trading one of your Scourges for a sweep? And I was like, you know what? I think that might work. So what I'm going to do now is use the 2 Scourges as my sweeps. And the sweep with Fracas as my Scourge. We're going to take a look at this guy this week, and I'll show the transformation going back from boat, space boat, soap dish, whatever it is, to this mode. We'll get a better look at all these guys together, and along with Cyclonus and Galvatron and whatnot, I'll probably ask there, hey, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Do you think that this could work with the sweep being Scourge and the other two being my sweeps, right? I kind of like that he's brighter and out front and the more muted, darker colors in the back. I think I like that more. To each their own, but I think I like that more. Then we have the last thing. This isn't an unboxing. I mentioned this earlier. This is my first attempt, we'll say, at an Onyx Prime. It is a hodgepodge of not one, not two, not three, not four, but all 5 fossilizers and every single piece used. Nothing is left off, for better or worse. Nothing is left off. And we will review this coming up this week, so you're going to get a better look at it. But it is a unholy mess. That's exactly the only way to describe it. It is an unholy mess, and it's going to be interesting. I don't think it's going to be the final form for this, but it's going to be an interesting look. Massive minimum wage differences. Oh, that's a good one too, Boss Gunny. That's a good reason too. Yes, I never thought of that. That's a good one too. You're welcome, Teen Toys. So I managed to get a sweep, and I didn't have to take anything from anybody else. There's still, and I'm after seeing about 3 or 4 sweeps. And like I inform other fans, right? Like, guys, if you missed out on Scourge, here's the sweep. It's a great mold. Go for it. I haven't seen a sweep in stores yet. It could totally work. Yeah, that's what I thought too, right? By the way, my top 5, I'm not saying top 5, but 5 holiday picks. If you're thinking about what to ask for, if you're thinking about what to get, we'll do this before we do Onyx Prime, then we're going to get out of here. My top 5, the ones this year that you should definitely get, and I think they're solid. Kingdom Cyclonus. If you don't have it, man, get Kingdom Cyclonus. Ask for it or give it to someone else. That thing is so well done. Kingdom Cyclonus, really, really well done. The second one would be Kingdom Galvatron. Kingdom Galvatron, a couple of happy birthdays for Starscream Wife coming in there. Would you do a premiere of review outtakes like bloopers? I did that once. Honestly though, Blue, I don't really keep the raw data. I don't have the space to keep the raw data. So after I edit the review, I usually get rid of it. I don't really have outtakes, to be honest with you. Starscream Wife thinks I should do more of that and save it and do it, but I haven't yet. It's not off the table. Everything's on the table, right? Everything's on the table. Smiles. So yeah, the Galvatron, the Cyclonus. This one's going to surprise a lot of people, especially with how harsh I've been with Hot Rod. Kingdom Rodimus Prime. Honestly, really surprised me at how good he is. And he is really, really well done. Better than, I'd say, Titan Arc, honestly. So those 3, I would also probably say, and I'm just thinking off the top of my head, I would definitely say Grimlock Studio Series 86. Grimlock, really well done. And for the 5th one, so who do we have? We have Cyclonus, we have Galvatron, we have Rodimus Prime and Grimlock, and probably, who have I enjoyed kind of immensely? Probably Air Razor. I enjoy her immensely. I think those 5 are exceptionally, exceptionally well done. Should I replace Universe Cyclonus? Let me put it to you this way, Blue. For me, Universe Cyclonus is now and his Armada, and Kingdom Cyclonus is my Cyclonus. So I have both of them, and I got rid of the Combiner Wars guy. That's what I did. I mean, you do you, but that's what I did. I'm willing to trade my extra Origins Bumblebee for a sweep. So if anybody got a sweep, trade it. You could get an Origins Bumblebee. Yeah, I'll end up doing the top 10 best and worst as time comes, and people are not going to be happy this year with that. They're not going to. I bet you guys can already guess what's going to top worse. Yeah, replace Generations with Cyclonus. Replace it, or like I said, have one be Cyclonus and the other be And His Armada. It reminds me of a friend of mine. He's got middle school, and I only grew up. One Cyclonus is animated. That's fair. Slag was good. Mine was missing a horn. Oh, that's too bad, man. That's too bad. Okay, so I'm going to reach down here. And this is in no small part made possible by Triple R. So Triple R, I don't know if you want to take a bow for this or if you want to be ashamed. But, ooh, buddy, hold on. Hold on. I knocked the piece out here. And I need to put that piece back in. Hold on. Of course I drop it. Of course I drop it because that's how my life works now. And it was a peg that pushed in too. And I have to put that in there. Behold. Oh, my hodgepodgeness. Look at this glorious mess. There is a leg here, and a leg here, and a front leg here, and a front leg here. We have the two wings. One is here. The other is here. His head is up here. We have an arm over here and an arm over here. On this arm, one of the skulls is a shield, and several of the heads and a couple of body pieces went together in this arm to be a gigantic whip. This is huge. Yes, I added to it and made it extremely bulky and big. Yes, he can stand. Yes, he is surprisingly solid despite that one piece that fell out. The fossilizer that works the least with this, that has the worst tolerances for working with other fossilizers, is Transmutate. Hands down. But he is every bit as big as a leader, and a fair-sized leader. He's pretty huge. Like here, okay, so let me kind of get him. Let me kind of get my hands on the four legs and stand him, sort of kind of stand him up. Actually, let's do it this way. I'm going to grab one of the Scourges. So like, you want to know how big he is. Like here he is next to Voyager Scourge. So like, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Like, he's pretty huge, right? He's fairly gigantic. Trying to fit in four legs, two arms, like a horse type of body, and wings is bonkers. So this is a first attempt. Fairly functional, not perfect, but fairly functional, fairly solid. The color scheme is insane, but that's my first attempt at something like that. That looks like came out of a blender. You're right, Juan. It does because of all those wild colors. If it was one color, I think it would be better, but it's wild, and I feel like the final iteration won't use all five. Okay, if you say so. Bumblebee movie Wheeljackers did your best as Breakaway. I don't know Breakaway, so okay, it doesn't really matter to me, but okay. That's an abomination. It is an abomination. I built it, and then I was like, man, I want to see what happens if I put the other two on. Like, it didn't look like that originally, but then I was like, let's put the other two on. And then I was like, man, I have a few heads and stuff left. This has to become something. But when you stop and actually analyze it, the four legs are there, the two arms are there, the wings are there. Obviously, I need to streamline it for an actual Onyx Prime, but that thing was just too bonkers to not show you guys. Just too bonkers to not show you guys. What's going on my top worst? I haven't gotten his gift yet. That's true. Okay, ladies, gents, we've been here a while. I'm going to get out of here. It's been an absolute blast. Starscream wife's birthday is tomorrow. We'll be back here next week at our usual time on Thursday night, baby. As far as the rest of this week goes, the next thing planned is Tricranius. If I'm not mistaken, is it Tricranius? Is that who's next? It might be Tricranius who's next. Maybe I haven't done that review yet. Yeah, so I like that. I don't show this here. I do talk about Onyx Prime a little bit and how I feel like there could be an Onyx Prime in there. So it's pretty wild, but that's going to kind of round out top off this week. Ladies and gentlemen, I love each and every one of you. I appreciate you coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you if you're in a position to help the channel to grow. Of course, use the donate link, check us out on Patreon, see what we offer to you through Teespring. I've shown you a bunch of stuff from Teespring lately. Or, of course, you can hit the join button right here on YouTube. I have about 3 pieces of channel member / patron content filmed up and coming, where I discuss my thoughts, feelings on the passing of Mr. Brian Goldner, my thoughts, feelings in what is going to be chapter 1 of, I'll say, my vlog about Star Saber, and kind of a little bit of a discussion of some channel evolution stuff. So that stuff will be coming up for patrons and channel members. What can I say? Please hit the subscribe button, stick around, have some fun with us here on the channel. Don't forget that somehow, someway, each and every single day, man, you guys, every one of you, whether we agree or disagree, whether we argue black and blue, man, it do make a difference. And I look forward, baby, to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either right here in the live streams at the stop motion premieres or the old-fashioned way, baby, inside the videos.